Alright, hello everybody, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be showing you the new NEU storage GUI. So as you know, Hypixel recently released the storage menu, which houses your NHS pages and backpacks. Now if we take a look at that menu, the menu is fine. However, there are some issues that I've attempted to address in my custom GUI, which I will show you in a moment. So first off, it can be difficult to find, if you're looking for a specific item, it can be difficult to find that item. So say I've lost my Dreadlord sword, I don't know where it is, it could be in one of my backpacks, I'm flipping through, where could it be? Can't find it, maybe it's in one of my ender chests, over here. Oh look, there it is, right? So obviously, if you've lost an item, it can take some time to navigate this menu. And more importantly, it can just be annoying to navigate. Like say I'm in my ender chest page 2, and I want to get to my storage page 6, I have to click back here, I have to find the correct backpack, I have to click on the backpack, and say I want to get to another one, I have to, go previous page. It can just be annoying or cumbersome, rather, to navigate. And the third kind of issue is a lack of customizability. So, obviously you can change the icon and this, but in terms of actually making your backpacks come to life, there isn't a whole lot that really Hypixel can do. So to address some of these things, I have created a custom storage UI that is inspired by the ME system from modded Minecraft. So if I go to /NEU to re-enable the storage GUI, now it's going to be a little overwhelming at first, but I'm going to step through it. And if we do /storage, you can see it brings up this menu now. So there are two ways you can navigate between different backpacks in this menu. You can navigate it visually by clicking on the backpack. So say I want to go to NHS page 2, I can do so like this. And say I want to get to my epic gold stash, I can do so very quickly by doing this. It's a lot easier to navigate because obviously everything is visual, it's right in front of you, it's a lot more hands-on. However, if you prefer to use the normal Hypixel selector, that is down here. So if you want to swap to NHS page 1, 2, you can do so using these buttons down here. In terms of taking out and interacting with items, it works exactly how you'd expect. You can take out items, put it in your inventory. You can drag. Anything you can do in the normal GUI, you can do in this GUI. Now, say I've lost my Dreadlord sword. While it does help that everything is here, it can still be a bit overwhelming. So, in order to address that problem, I've introduced a search bar, you can see right over here. So if I just start typing Dreadlord, you can see it singles out the NHS page that contains the item I'm looking for, and it also highlights the item. So if you've lost an item, or if you don't know where something is, you can use this search functionality to easily find it. Alright, moving on to customization. There's kind of two different ways you can customize this menu. The first is by renaming your backpack slots. As you can see down here, I've renamed backpack slot 5 to Epic Gold Stash and slot 6 to OK Emerald Stash. So you can do so just simply by clicking the name, and you can type, whatever. It also supports color codes. So if you do 2 ands, you can then type in a color code. So normal Minecraft color code. So if I type in A, that's green, E is yellow, you can type text as normal. It also supports the NEU chroma color code. So if I put in Z, you can see this is now chroma, so I can have a chroma title, like so. Put this back to NHS page 2. Now, another thing I've added to improve customizability is, as you can see down here, a lot of people like to use glass panes in order to stylize their inventories. And, some people can make stuff that looks, all right. However, at the end of the day, they're just glass panes. What I've done is I've taken that idea to the next level by replacing these glass panes with a custom connected texture. So, fancy glass panes is off right now. If I turn it back on, you can see it replaces all of those boring glass panes with these, dynamic borders here. So, all you need to do to change the borders is literally take items in and out. If you put glass panes in here, you can see it automatically adapts to the GUI that you create. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. You can see like down here, I've created pixel art, obviously. you know, not really practical, but, you know, if you want to design your GUIs with like, you know, fancy borders or fancy lines in it, this feature is for you. So I'm just gonna go over all the colors really quickly. So there's white, orange, red, light blue, yellow, lime, pink, gray, light gray, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green, magenta, and normal glass panes show up as chroma. So if I turn this off, you can see normal glass panes show up as chroma, and black shows up as invisible. Now, say you've designed your layout and you don't want to accidentally be taking it in and out. If you switch your fancy glass panes mode to locked, what it will do is it'll hide the tooltip when you hover over, and it will prevent you from taking items out. So that's just a, you know, little thing for those that you know, like designing their ender chest. You can use this to your heart's content. Now I'm just going to go through some of the various config options. So some people might get information overload by this GUI here. That might be too much. So if you're one of those people, you can change the storage view height to tiny, and then you get only a few. However, if you want to, you can also change it to huge, and you can see a lot more. You can customize the height to, you know, whatever feels comfortable for you. Furthermore, there are 4 built-in themes that you're able to select. So the default is transparent, which looks like this. There's also Minecraft, which looks like this, kind of the normal Minecraft GUI. Dark, which looks like this, and custom, which defaults to the FSR style. Though obviously, if you have a texture pack, they might change this. So there's also backpack preview, NHS preview. What that does, it just shows you a preview down in this selector here if you prefer to use this selector. And then we have compact vertically. So as you can see, with my layout here, I don't have a lot of NHS page 3 slots or rows. So there's a lot of missing space here. What I can do is I can turn on compact vertically, and what that will do is it will compact everything and it will move all that empty space. So obviously it moves the empty space down here, but you know, depending on your layout, you might prefer this either on or off. It is off by default. Obviously, fancy glass panes, already gone through that. And then lastly, there's search bar autofocus. So with autofocus on, if you just type, it'll immediately start searching. However, if you don't like that functionality, you can turn that off. And now when I start typing, it does not automatically search. And you need to click the search bar in order to start typing. So that one, and then if you click off, it'll no longer search. So a little bit there. Just a side note, I suppose, this GUI is also compatible with NEU lock slots. So if you lock your slots like this, you can unlock them easily from this menu. And I suppose I should mention, if you want to be able to edit your backpack, like if you want to take backpacks in or out, you obviously can't do that if you have a thing selected, because, you know, this is the GUI that's actually visible. So if you need to edit something, make sure, and you have a backpack selected, make sure you click edit, and this will bring you back to the main storage page, and so you can put in backpacks and take backpacks out. All right, that's it for the storage overlay. Complementary to this system is also a way to easily access your backpacks from your hotbar. So if I go to /NEU and I enable the feature inventory backpacks, I can turn inventory backpacks on, and as you can see in my first slot over here, I have a another slot. So the way this works is it's not actually another slot. Obviously, that would be bannable. It's just it's a fake slot. And if I go in F5, you can see I actually have my AT selected. But regardless, basically what I'm saying is don't worry, you're not going to get banned for using this feature. What this allows you to do is allows you to easily set up a slot that you can access via your inventory. So the old backpacks were used heavily by a lot of dungeon players to store various items that they might not usually need, and provide an easy way to access items. This feature is supposed to replicate that sort of functionality. So if I take this, you can see if I was to left click or right click here, this will take me immediately to the page I have selected. And by the way, you don't need this menu on for this to be a thing. You can turn that off and then easily access it like this. But obviously, it's better if you use both of them. And as you can see via the text at the top, if I hold left shift, I can now scroll between all my different backpacks. So if I want to access a particular backpack from my inventory, again, just trying to make it easier for players to get where they need to be, you can scroll through like this, and then, say I want to get to my gold stash. There you go. I can scroll to my gold stash, right click, and I need to click twice in order to get there for some slots. But yeah, click twice. Let me turn this back on. Here, click again to load, and you can see I go straight to my gold stash. So this is just a complementary feature just to allow ease of access with that. I suppose I should explain why sometimes you need to click twice. The reason is, in order to be compatible with Hypixel's rules, I can't automatically send clicks. So in order to get to a certain backpack, you need to click twice. So that's why, obviously, this is one click, and then you need to click again to load it. Once Hypixel adds the /storage shortcut command, this will no longer be necessary. But yeah, if you want to learn more about that, there's the NEU STY, so just run that command in game and you'll be able to see. However, saying that, you can obviously see I can swap very quickly between these two backpacks here. That's because where possible, NEU will intelligently use these controls. So if you're swapping to the last page or a previous page or next page, it's possible to do that in one click, and NEU will do it in one click. Just a little tangent there, but yeah, obviously once Hypixel adds the /storage command, that will no longer be necessary. And there you go. So the NEU storage overlay and the NEU inventory backpack feature. So with the inventory backpack, there's also a couple config options I should probably go over. You can change the side it appears on, so you can make it appear on the right. Doesn't really change the functionality much. If you prefer it on the right, you can do so. You can also change the keys that are required to hotkey. There's also a feature here that allows you to use arrows to control it. So if I'm over here, you can make it, if you press grave, you can see it hotkeys directly to that. And there's also a way, I think if you use the arrow keys, you can go between it like this, and then if you press it down, I think it opens it. Yeah, there you go. So just a couple extra things there that I forgot about. But you also change the opacity, what else? You also change the keybinds themselves. But yeah, there you go. Now we're really at the end. So yeah, that's the storage overlay and the inventory backpacks. So coming in a future NEU version. I hope you enjoy the feature. That's it from me. See ya.